What I think that movie really did was kind of strip away all that veneer that the Western North America world has put on the black experience and brought it back to our roots, what it really represented. Like, it made me aware of how white-centric, you know, the African gaze is. Like, what was so empowering, unifying about Black Panther was it was us. It was all our history, it was all our values, our cultures, our textiles. And I'd never seen a movie that had this, for lack of a better term, like a pan-African unifying feel to it. And I wanted to reflect that in my art. As a tattoo artist, there is a stigma that, you know, African-American skin is difficult to tattoo based on like the contrast and everything and form. So I wanted to kind of dispel those notions by having these pieces. Not only is it empowering to us, but it's a form of identity. It's something for us. They're African inspired. So again, my dad's a Zulu. He's from the Ngoni tribes. So what I did is I started researching the Zulu textures and textiles, the Maasai tribes, the Bushman tribes, the different ones in the film. They did a great job of that. So I kind of did a similar approach to it, like what different representational themes and motifs can I take from each one and turn it into a piece. We both came up with a piece together. She had an idea for one.
After seeing the movie, I really felt like that representation of Black women was something that I wanted to like carry with me. And I felt like getting a tattoo is probably the best way to do that.
A lot of people don't want to do pieces because it's not good for your portfolio. Like the tones won't show up in contrast that well. Or the other stigma I've heard is that African American skin tends to be tougher. Like you'll be running your machine and nothing's showing up. But with the correct knowledge of how to run the machine, how to set your needle, the depth, all that stuff, it's still tangible. And I think a lot of people just, if it sounds difficult, don't want to make the effort. Especially if it's not emotionally invested. If you're a non-Black person, you don't really have much of an emotional investment into trying to circumnavigate those things and find a way to actually do these pieces justice. I do. You know, like I've heard these stigmas and I would love to see them dispelled, you know.
I would love to like see so many more women of color take on that kind of like strength without like being portrayed as like angry or any kind of like negative connotation to it. Just like strength in yourself and strength in your people.